She stood frozen, clutching the torn remains of her dress, her cheeks burning with shame as laughter echoed around her. Lockers lined the hallway like spectators, and students, instead of helping, pulled out their phones to record. What had started as another day of trying to blend in ended in humiliation that would be burned into her memory forever. But what happened next would turn that shame into a moment no one in the school would ever forget. Her name was Aisha Malik. She was the quiet new girl, a recent transfer to Jefferson High. Her family had just moved from a small town to the city, hoping for better opportunities and a fresh start. But the halls of Jefferson were anything but welcoming. Aisha, with her headscarf, her shy voice, and her soft-spoken manner, became an easy target for the cruel ones who preyed on difference. It started subtly, side comments, mocking whispers, snickers when she passed. At first, she thought she could ignore it. She was used to being different, and her parents always told her to rise above ignorance. But the whispers grew louder, the laughter more pointed, and soon it wasn't just words. It was slammed lockers near her head. It was stolen notebooks, ruined lunches, and cruel notes stuffed in her locker. And the worst part? No one said anything. Teachers seemed oblivious, and students stayed silent. The ringleader was a girl named Tasha. Popular, confident, and venomous. She led a group of girls who followed her every move like shadows. They'd decided Aisha didn't belong in their world of makeup tutorials, crop tops, and parties. To them, she was too modest, too quiet, too weird. And that made her the perfect victim. Aisha tried to tell her parents, but they were focused on work and settling in. Just give it time, her father said. You'll make friends soon. Her mother held her hand, told her to stay strong. But every day, the weight grew heavier. What no one knew was that Aisha had a secret. A part of herself she had buried ever since her older brother died. He had been her best friend, and her first karate instructor. Together, they trained every evening in their small garage, building discipline, strength, and focus. But when he passed away in a car crash, Aisha couldn't bring herself to keep going. The GI stayed in the closet, untouched. The belts gathered dust. Her strength had died with him, or so she thought. It was a Wednesday when everything exploded. Aisha was walking through the main hallway, clutching her books, her dress a soft sky blue with delicate patterns, something her mother had helped her pick for picture day. She wanted to look nice, feel confident, even if just for a moment. Then came the voice, "Hey, new girl. Who let you out of the library?" Tasha. Aisha tried to walk past, but Tasha stepped in front of her, smirking. "Nice dress. Did your grandma make it?" The girls with her laughed. Aisha swallowed hard. "Please move." Tasha's eyes lit up with cruel delight. Or what? Before Aisha could step aside, Tasha reached out and yanked the side of her dress. The fabric tore with a sharp rip. Gasps rang out. Some students turned away. Others laughed. A few pulled out their phones. Aisha stood there, her dress ripped, the laughter surrounding her like knives. Something inside her snapped. Not rage. Not revenge. Focus. She dropped her books. Her body shifted before her mind even caught up. Years of muscle memory surged back like lightning. Tasha moved in for another taunt, but Aisha's hand shot out, not in rage, but in precision. A sharp, controlled karate chop landed clean on the side of Tasha's shoulder. The impact sent her stumbling into the lockers with a loud clang. The hallway went dead silent. Another girl lunged at Aisha, but she pivoted, spun low, and swept her leg. The girl crashed to the ground, gasping. A third froze mid-motion, and Aisha didn't need to strike again. The look in her eyes, calm, steady, unafraid, was enough. No one had ever seen her like this. Not the girl in the corner of the class who never raised her hand. Not the one who ate lunch alone. Not the shy girl with her head down. She stood there, breathing evenly, not angry but unshaken. A teacher finally came rushing in, but by then, the damage had already been undone, and something new had been built in its place. The aftermath rippled through the school. The video, because of course someone recorded it, went viral overnight. Shy girl wrecks bullies with karate, had hundreds of thousands of views. But for Aisha, it wasn't about fame. It was about freedom. Tasha and her crew were suspended. The school launched a new anti-bullying initiative. Assemblies were held. Teachers started paying attention. More importantly, students did too. They came up to Aisha in the hallways, some to apologize, some to say thank you. Others asked if she'd teach them what she knew. But the real shift happened inside Aisha. She began training again. Quietly, in her garage, in honor of her brother. She even started a self-defense club for students, girls and boys who had been silent like her. Who were tired of fear. She didn't become the most popular. She didn't want to be. But she became respected. Admired. And most of all, she became herself again. Not everyone saw the battle behind her calm eyes, but those who did would never forget it. The girl who stood alone. The girl whose dress was torn. The girl who rose in silence, and struck like thunder. Aisha's story became more than a viral video. It became a lesson. That real strength isn't in shouting louder or being seen. Sometimes, it's in standing tall when the world tries to tear you down. In staying grounded when the storm rages. And in finding your voice not with words, but with truth, purpose, and courage. Because silence is not weakness. And kindness is not surrender. And no one gets to break you if you don't let them.